Hey man, let me tell you something. When I was in the 2nd Rep, the only paratrooper regiment of the French 4th Legion, my best tools and my hardest enemy has been my rifle and the guy there on the opposite side. And when I was in the 3rd REI, the only jungle regiment the French 4th Legion owns, my best tools and my hardest enemy has been a knife and me, myself and I, all up to here. Believe me. So hello friends of the French 4th Legion, I am greeting you. You are very welcome on my channel. No coffee, no work here. Yes, anyway, excellent this coffee today again. My special greetings are going to Dieter, to the state of Missouri in the United States of America. Thanks Dieter for the rack behind me. It's wonderful, it's just stunning. And thank you man for all the rest. Thanks a lot. So here we are again. Today I want to talk a little bit about French Guiana. You know, French Guiana, Kourou, Camp du Commandant Forger. Every time when military people talk about the French 4th Legion, they talk about interventions. They talk about special operations. They talk about operations, and they talk about the 2nd Rep. They talk about war in Tonkin, in Prussian, in First and Second World War. They talk about Vietnam, Indochina. They talk about Algeria. They talk about Kolwezi and Chad. You know, fighting. They talk about fighting overall, but nobody talks about the 3rd REI when it comes to the term. When the 3rd REI had garrison in Kourou, you know, and I think it's very worth to talk a little bit about 3rd REI. This is my point of view, because for me, in my opinion, the hardest regiment ever in the French 4th Legion is not the 2nd Rep, it's the 3rd REI. Yes, you know, when other regiments go to operations, let's say the 2nd Rep, when they fought in Indochina, the enemy was the Viet Minh. When they fought in Kolwezi, the enemy was, the physical enemy was the Tiger rebels. And when they fought in, let's say in Afghanistan, the enemy there's been the Taliban, you know. But in Guyana, it's not like this. In Guyana, your hardest enemy is your inner pig dog, is your inner determination. The hardest enemy is yourself. Is your brain. And that makes the thing so hard, you know. You know, for a lot of legionnaires, going to French Guiana is like going to jail, like going to hell, you know. And nevertheless, the 3rd REI in Kourou is not a jail battalion, but in the Legion we say, Guyana, you love it or you hate it. Most of the Legionnaire hates Guyana. I loved it. You know, in French Guiana, as I told you before, for me it's the hardest regiment. No money, absolute cruel weather conditions, and you're far away from home, and the punishment when you do something against the military law, it's so cruel, it's so hard, you cannot believe it. So French Guiana it's not like all the other regiments in the French 4th Legion. It's different. It's very different, you know. So let's come back to the 2nd Rep, you know. The 2nd Rep, let's say we have a year, maybe 1997. You have 2 or 3 operations. You go to Congo, you fight, and the fight is over. And then you go back to the garrison, Camp Rafale, and then you wait for the next intervention, for the next fight. And in between the fights, okay, it's only training and maneuver, you know. But the fight is finished in between the operations, you know. In Guyana, it's not like this. In Guyana, it's a constant fight from sunrise to sunset at night time, and then from sunrise to sunset. It's a fight, an overall fight for 2 years. You're there for 2 years and you fight for 2 years. And if you don't accept the fight, if you don't fight, you lost. You're a loser. You have lost your fight forever. And as I told you before, the enemy, the hardest enemy in French Guiana is it's yourself. It's yourself. It's all here, and you can do nothing against this enemy. You can do nothing against an enemy but fight the enemy on a daily basis. Go wake up in the early morning. Go to the mirror, go to the bathroom, go to the, if you have a bathroom, you know, most of the time you're out there in the jungle, yeah? Go to the bathroom, look to the mirror, or look into the small mirror when you're outside in a creek and in the jungle, you know. Look in the mirror and see, hey, I want to fight, and this day is gonna be my day, and I will survive. I will survive these days, you know. I will fight against mosquitoes, about poisonous snakes, about caimans, about my inner pig dog. I will fight with the 50 kilos luggage on my back with the rucksack. I will fight with a large and heavy and thick rope. I will fight to cross the next river, and 500 meters after to cross the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I will fight against hunger. I will fight against thirst. I will fight against open feet. I will fight against the blood running out of my boots, and I will fight against all the other enemies I can have except me, you know. And there are a lot of enemies outside in the French Foreign Legions Regiment 3rd REI in the jungle there. That's it. So what else makes French Guiana so hard? You know, imagine you are out there in the jungle and you wake up in the morning, you're sleeping in your hammock, your famas next to you, your knife and your machete to the other side, and you wake up in the morning and you go out of your hammock, you go topless with Bedou trousers and boots to the next creek, famas on your back. You wash yourself, you shave yourself, then you have a small breakfast, and then you take your 50-kilo luggage on your back. You see if everything is ready, and then when the order comes, you go on marching with 50 kilos on your back through towards the passes in the jungle, and then in front of you you see nobody. In the back of you, when you turn around, you see nobody, and you march. Sometimes you cross poisonous snakes, spiders like this, Goliath spiders, mosquitoes everywhere, and the luggage hurts on your back. You're marching like this. Oh fuck, and the pain will never stop. The pain will never stop. We have about every felt 100 meters, you have a creek to cross. You know, you have a creek to cross with your luggage on your back. When you fell down, when you fell to the ground, and to get up again, this is a fight. This is a fight. You have to take back you have to take away your rucksack first. Then you take away your rope, throw it to the other side. You take your famas, get up, take your rucksack up again, take your rope again, take your chainsaw again. Then keep on marching. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, you know, without a significant break the whole day, you know. When you came in the evening to the bivouac place, you're finished, it's out, you're tilt, and you swear never ever you come back to French Guiana soil. But maybe 5 or 4 years later, in your regiment in France, wherever you are in the first rec or in the pioneer regiment or in the rep, you ask for going there again, because this was a lifetime adventure. This was fucking a lifetime adventure, and I loved it. I loved this place, you know. For the most legionnaires I know from my time, going to French Guiana was like going in the jungle and doing the military service. For me it was like going to hell and live the biggest adventure ever. Living my lifetime adventure. And this was that was the difference, you know. While being in French Guiana, every single day, at least for one time, you say to yourself, I will give up. You have reached the point once a day when you say, or making you saying, I want to give up. I want to leave. I don't want to stay there, you know. But 5 minutes later, while drinking a coffee, you check your rucksack and your weapon again, and your knife, and en avant. the show must go on. That's it. That's French Guiana, you know. And one of the real hard thing is that in French Guiana you live a perfect isolation from the French soil, a perfect isolation from the rest of the world, you know, because our camps where we make training maneuvers and mission profonde and mission pluviale, they are in the middle of the jungle. They are in the middle of nowhere, you know, and this makes the thing so hard. No coffee, no working. When I was in the French Guiana 3rd REI in the years between 1985 and 1987, just before going to the 2nd rep, my lessons, the main lessons has been 3. The first lesson has been that I can fight myself, that I am able to fight myself. Yeah, I have to push out, to find, to search, to look for my will, for my determination. And if you found it, it's okay. Then you can survive. And this is the biggest enemy. Fight yourself. Fight your inner big dog. You know, this is how I learned to fight me, myself, and I. You know. And the second lesson is that there in the deep jungle of French Guiana, we legionnaires live a big brotherhood of men. You know, when you fail, a comrade will take your rucksack. When you're bad, when you are aging, when you are feeling ill, sick of all the bullshit, hey, there's another legionnaire come to you and don't talk with you, just sitting next to you and say, hey, everything is okay. You know, he don't talk, but he looks at you and say, hey, you can do everything. You can achieve everything. I'm here, brother. Believe me, trust in us. We are a brotherhood of men. And the third thing is, I learned in French Guiana, is to be a man, a free man. Be a free man, even if you don't believe it. You know, we lived in hard military rules, left border, right border. You know, this way, option, no option, no, never go behind. This way, left, right. This way. But within the frame of all the rules, I was a free man. For the first time in my life, I have been a real free man. It was a big adventure. You know, when I was sitting in a pirogue and rushing south to my left side Brazil, to the right French Guiana and the big jungle, and you head south to the Tumacumac mountains, you know, and then you come to Camopi Island, then you go to the right side. The river's getting smaller, big Inini, small Inipi, and then you take your bag and running through the jungle like a fool, 50 kilos on your back, and then you cross rivers, and on the ground of the rivers you can see gold nuggets shining, you know. Then you see papillons, Schmetterlinge, you know, flying, crossing the rivers, and the sun is breaking the light on the ale of the papillon, and then you see shimmer blue and fluorescent. When you see an anaconda 8 or 9 meters long, you know, when you see a tapir breaking through the jungle, noisy, and then you can see monkeys, a lot of spiders, a lot of aras and paroquets, you know, and when you smell all the odors, all the smells of the jungle. Everything is moving there, you know. All the time it's moving. If it's a small ant or it's a big monkey, you know, in front of you, or a big anaconda, big tapir, whatever. It's just stunning. And then you are marching, saying, fuck, hey, I'm free. I'm a free man. This is the life I want. This is the life I wanted to live my whole life, you know. Crazy. French Guiana in your head makes something with you. This will change forever your human being, your man being. In French Guiana, when you came there and you have been a young boy, when you leave French Guiana, you are a man. You are definitely a man. And no war, no fightings, no operations in Afghanistan, in Iraq, or in Vietnam can do it better. Can do it better like the French 4 Legion 3rd REI can do or does. Stunning, absolute stunning. Yeah, the fight against yourself. Fight. That's what I learned there in jungle, the deep jungle. Fight on a daily basis. Never give up. Yeah. Boots in the mud, eyes directed where the stars. This also suits Monsieur Legionnaire, because we are going there where the others are never going. That's for sure. No coffee, no Berkey. Thanks, brothers. I miss the noise of the jungle here. I miss the loneliness, I miss the isolation, I miss the fight against me, myself and I. Too much people around here, too much industry noises. No monkeys, no spiders, no snakes, oh, no creeks to cross. Just my rope, only my rope, and my souvenirs here. Yeah, hard times sometimes when you're a civil guy. But this is also a fight, but it's another chapter. This is another thing. It's not the same. Yeah.